During World War II, when most armies were male, the Soviet Union created something unprecedented, an all-female air regiment, the 588th Night Bomber Regiment. Founded in 1942 at the suggestion of legendary female pilot Marina Raskova, the unit consisted of women in their 20s, most of whom were students, teachers, or workers. Their mission was to fly at night, bombing German barracks, fuel depots, and positions. They flew the wood and canvas Po-2 South, slow, flimsy, without radio or self-defense weapons. But this simplicity turned out to be an advantage. The Po-2 South flew extremely low, emitting a worse sound like a broom, which led the Germans to fear them and call them Nachthexen, night witches. Their tactics were sophisticated and daring. Each mission involved two female pilots, one pilot, one bomber. When approaching the target, they would shut down their engines, glide silently in the darkness, drop their bombs accurately, and then accelerate out before being detected by radar. They could make up to 8 to 10 sorties a night, braving anti-aircraft fire and the terrible cold of the Eastern Front skies. The Night Witch's first missions took place in the summer of 1942, when they were newly deployed to the Don Front. Those were long, cold nights. The ground shook with German artillery, and the 17-year-old girls had to learn to fight under rockets. They took off from mud and snow-covered runways, flying low over the river to avoid detection, then suddenly rising high into German positions. The sophisticated Po-2 South biplanes that many people often saw delivered a surprise blow to counterattack capabilities. In just the first few nights, they destroyed ammunition dumps, supply lines, and disrupted the German plans in the area. In 1944, as the Red Army counteroffensive in Belarus, the Night Witches were tasked with sabotaging German railways and supply convoys in the dark forests. These were missions that required absolute precision. They flew low enough to see the lights from the train cars, then turned on flares for just a second to identify their targets. A single second, enough to look, throw, and then turn off the lights and dash into the night before anti-aircraft guns could take aim. In those weeks, they derailed numerous German trains, causing major damage to the Wehrmacht's logistics system and slowing down the entire German response in the Belarusian forests. The Night Witch's final mission took place on the night of May 8, 1945, the night before Germany officially surrendered. They took off in the rare silence of the night, dropped their last bombs on the entrenched German units, and flew back into the pale red dawn. For the first time, without the sound of German anti-aircraft guns, the young women, after 3 years of continuous flying in the dark, had completed more than 30,000 missions. They returned not as witches who spread fear, but as symbols of courage, of perseverance, and of the strength that the world had thought women could never bring to war.